Okay, hey everybody, welcome to the weekly conversion and KV Core Inside Real Estate Tactics webinar. Can somebody please let me know that you can see on the screen a Google Doc about this subject and that you can hear me all right? Thank you, Holly. Okay, cool. So yeah, what we're going to do this week is recruiting. Somebody asked, I think at the end of last week, if we could do recruiting. I thanked them because that's great. That's a great topic. I didn't have anything lined up, so let's do it. For those of you who are wondering, yes, these are recorded, and the recordings can be found here. It's on the doc, which I'm going to share with you right now. There's always a link right there under the title for you. So let's do that. All right, send all. Yep, Joe, it is all goof here. All right, there we go. Send to all. All right, so let's clear off the screen here and jump right in. I know a number of you will be either at companies. There are a few big companies out there, clients of Conversion and KV Core who do a lot of recruiting. And of course, a lot of us are just team leaders and brokers who need to recruit and keep people on our team. So I think this topic will be relevant for a lot of you. If it isn't, go ahead and shut this off if you want. But I will say that we're going to touch upon a lot of the core functionality, useful stuff inside of these platforms today. So just by watching this recruiting webinar, you'll also get to touch upon some of the features that are inside the system. So it might be relevant to you in that sense as well. So let's jump right into some theory. The first thing I'm going to say is that recruiting is just like any marketing funnel, and it's just like buyer and seller lead generation, the core thing that you need to do. And what I've written here is you're going to use interesting hooks to build opt-in lists, and more you hear we're talking about custom audiences where people might not even opt in, but we're pixeling them for some of the retargeting custom audiences. So you can use interesting hooks to get people into your fold on those lists and custom audiences, and you're going to follow up and retarget with trust-building content and direct calls to action to get you the result you want. Now, next thing I have noted here is that it takes a long time for someone to make a move between offices. And you know what? I think it's probably going to echo and mirror what you see with regular and buyer seller leads. You know, it's probably most of us probably switch companies. I know I've changed offices probably 5 or 6 times in the 20 years since I've been licensed, probably every 2, 3, 4, 5 years, either due to personal moving or, you know, whatever. Real estate agents and brokers, team leaders, you know, people will move companies. So you're going to have to stay in front of them for a long time and build the relationship over time. You're not going to get too many people who opt into your recruiting funnel and say, yeah, I'm ready to make a move tomorrow. I mean, even if they're ready to make a move, they might have to wait for some of their pipeline to close and things of that nature. You guys all know what I'm talking about, right? We don't want to risk the money we have on the table, and there's contractual obligations and all that. So just keep that in mind. This isn't instant gratification. This is a longer term play with recruiting, as it is with buyer and seller lead gen. And then finally, as always, Conversion and Core can help with some of the heavy lifting of building out these funnels. So what I figured I'd do today, I spent about 2 hours prior to jumping on today just coming up with different ideas and riffs. And really, the more I thought about it, the more things got added to the list of possibilities. Really, recruiting in general and building stuff that appeals to real estate agents, the possibilities are limitless. And when you start to add in not only targeting current and experienced agents, but as I have here, recruiting people who aren't even agents yet, then it really goes haywire. So what I've done is just built out some examples, and we'll just kind of go ahead and talk about them. Annalisa, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Just want to make sure you're here today. I feel so much better when you are. So.
I mean, I'm here for you, caller.
Cool.
Before you get started, I do want to remind everyone that you will most likely see information that's driven from a KV Core and a conversion perspective. However, the concepts are really the same for the use of creating content for recruiting. So you might see examples from other different products that you maybe haven't seen before. However, the concepts he's going to share are really solid in use.
Yeah, I'll try to jump into core and conversion if I can today for different things. Okay, so rookie agents. So that's the first thing we'll talk about. I don't know how many of us want to do this, but it is relevant, and I think it does make a lot of sense to start targeting people who aren't in the business yet. You're going to probably find you have a lot better chance converting those people, and in a lot of cases, the rookie agent's going to be more willing to listen to you and follow your lead than somebody who's been in the business a long time and already knows everything, right? So what I've done is built out some examples targeting college grads, moms, and I didn't do retirees. There was a reason. Mostly I ran out of time. But let's talk about different examples and ways we'll go at this. So the first thing I have is that you can run an ad that sends people straight to either your recruit page or your contact.php page. And these are the same on both core and conversions. So if I go to my core site here and I go I'll show you actually how to do it. If you go to the contact page, right here, and this is something interesting that came up, you can always run ads that just tell people to go to your contact page around anything. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So you could run Facebook, YouTube, if you're doing YouTube videos, things of that nature. You can always just kind of do an ad and then say, hey, go here to learn more. And it's never really occurred to me till today that the contact page is a good resource. You also have the recruit.php. It's basically our careers page on our sites that has this message, 1 or 2 capable agents wanted. It's an idea I've been talking about for years, and I think this video is probably 2 or 3 years old now. That's here, and it does a good job of just teasing the conversion platform and some of the stuff we're doing as owners of conversion and KV core sites. So you can drive traffic straight to this page as well. So in the first example, I have an ad here. And this targets college grads, and it sends people straight to the recruiting page. So let's go here. Actually, I have to click show in newsfeeds. If you guys ever look at a preview, if you're clicking on the dock right now, there's my kid 5 years ago, and you click one of these preview links, for whatever reason, Facebook puts them a little further down in your stream like this. So if you are clicking that and you're not seeing it, that's why. You have to scroll down a little bit. And this says, it's 11 a.m. and Kim is still sleeping. That's okay. She's her own boss. Her first appointment to show homes to buyers isn't until 1 p.m. today. If you want to be like Kim, control your own destiny, set your own hours, and have unlimited income potential, click to learn more about joining our real estate team today. And the click is simply, I didn't even go to the recruit page. I went actually straight to the contact page here because that recruiting page is geared more toward existing agents. So there's a simple ad. Feel free to copy this. I haven't tested it, but that idea that real estate is kind of a way to get a job with a lot of flexibility is going to resonate with certain people. And I want to show you in the dashboard how I targeted that ad to recent college grads. Okay. So sorry about that, guys. Real quick. Oops, I had a quick link for myself. Here we go. Basically what I did was I showed it to people who I think were 22 and 24. And what you can do inside of the ads dashboard at Facebook is pick the age, and I picked people who were college graduates. And I forgot, this is for demo purposes, but I didn't pick my local area. Obviously, you're going to want to pick your city. So I went here, 22 to 24. Maybe you would have went 25. College grad right here. And you could even, if you want, drill down. And you'll see here you can do it by college degree, I believe, as well. So browse, education, fields of study. So if you want to get people who are more geared towards sales, you're probably not going to get that, but maybe business. There we go. Business and finance, things like that. You can get specific majors if you want, but I think a lot of us were probably English and arts majors, and ended up doing this because we're unemployable. So I don't know if that matters. Target college people. That's my first idea with an ad that kind of tells a story about the kind of lifestyle they can have. Okay. Next, I have an example of, so that's just sending people to the contact page. Next, I have an example of using a text code to do almost exactly the same thing. So this ad, and I'll run through quickly and show you how the text code was created. This ad, the headline actually says text interested to my text code number. So I made a text code that's simply called interested. And the ad is looking for a flexible new career. Before the kids came, Susan was a full-time RN. I was thinking of my wife. As they got bigger, she found she had some extra time on her hands. She didn't want to go back to working those long night shifts, so she decided to give real estate a try. It's been great. She sets her own hours, controls her own destiny. If you'd like, and then the call to action at the end is text interested to that number. So that's the second way, and we all, with core and conversion, we can build these text codes very quickly. So I'll show you how I did that. In conversion, I went to the lead generation tab and clicked custom text codes. And you'll see I added a new one, and you simply put your code in and then put the message after that. Now, if you guys can text it if you want. I'm not going to reply, but it says, "Hi, thanks for your interest in possibly joining our team. Is there a good time for us to chat?" I didn't even give a URL or anything like that. Now, if I had created maybe a piece of information, about how to become a real estate agent, which I actually just ended up doing, you'll see in a minute, or some kind of info piece, a PDF, a blog post, or a video, and post it to my site, you can always give the link here. But that's pretty easy, straightforward, very quick, and we're targeting people who aren't already in the business, who might just think that real estate is a good career idea. And in that case, I targeted moms. Show you that. And basically, it was parents with teenagers who were 13 to 18 years old. I didn't do a great job on the age targeting, but naturally, that's going to hit a certain age range. I have 22 to 49. I probably should have done 40 to 50 or something. And then picked only women and able to target that demographic. Laura's asking, the text, is there a limit on this in this section? No. If you mean just clarify for me, do you mean the length of the reply? I think it's 160 characters, 140 characters maybe. Yeah, so
It'll
yes,
be the 140.
Yeah, 140. So it actually tells you here, and it will cut you off as you're creating it. They have it set to 150, I think. But yep, there's a limit right there. But if you want direct, quick conversations, these text codes are probably, you're going to get a real cell phone number every time. This is the direct, instant gratification way to be talking to somebody right away, in my opinion. And there's a whole, if you go back to the recordings page on the doc, probably 2 months ago now, there's a whole section about all different ways to use these text codes. Annalisa, I didn't say where to find these in Core. Let me go in real quick and just show everybody who's watching where to go create a text code.
Also, as you've been going along, I've been editing the doc and just adding in links to the KV Core recruiting videos as well as conversion recruiting tools. So that's at the very bottom of your doc for everyone's reference as well.
Nice. So that is in Web and IDX or Lead Engine. Let's see.
The recruiting?
The SMS for Core.
Oh, via the call capture.
Yes, there it is. That's the call capture, and then the actual texting
is within call capture. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we should do a whole session about smart numbers. That'll be fun.
I agree.
That'll be coming up. Okay. So yep, you can do that right here, and it's very, very similar. You just put the code and the reply message right there. Okay, so there's an ad targeting moms. A few other ideas I had for targets might be other target ideas. Let me just type that in there. Retirees and guys turning 40 to 45, midlife crisis, career change. People likely to have a career change, so targeting new agents with that. The other thing you can do with the same types of ads is you can send people to a landing page that offers some information about how to become a licensed and successful real estate agent. And I've personally, I don't talk about this a lot on these sessions, but I've personally done a little bit, as I bet a lot of you have, with network marketing, affiliate marketing, things like that. And Facebook, you might know that Facebook's really sensitive to make money kind of offers. So you can't really be out there running ads and say, hey, here's how to make money. But you can run ads that position real estate as a business opportunity. And I will say that these ads that are offering people a chance to have, a different career or a different business tend to do really well on Facebook, and it's a really good way to go. People who aren't licensed yet, and just give them some information, 3 steps to becoming a licensed and successful real estate agent. Click to watch a free intro video and learn more about exciting career opportunities with us today. These ads will tend to perform pretty well on a cost per click basis. So if you are interested at all in recruiting newbie agents and you're taking a longer term view with your team or your company, this is definitely a good place to go. So this landing page, I suppose we did a webinar recently about how to build these, but I can just show you quickly how easy this was. I think you guys want to see that, right? So,
absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, so let's go ahead. I'll go into conversion. I usually go to the create link direct, but I'll show you where that is. If you go to lead generation and you go build landing page, okay, and where'd that go?
And the cool thing here is the landing page you'll be showing you here within Conversion is the same one you'll be seeing in KV Core, and we are working on improvements to this. So there are some improvements coming, just in case you're wondering.
Cool. Yeah, and what I did to set this up, I should have shown you guys. I actually made a quick blog post here, and it is not the best video, but sometimes with these ideas, as you're creating these funnels and you need to give people something to opt into, it doesn't need to be pretty and very polished just to test whether or not the ad is going to work. Like if I ran this and I found out that this ugly black text on white video worked pretty well, if you're looking for an exciting new career, right? If I find that this worked really well, then I might go back and do something more polished. But in the interest of money following speed and just getting things tested, I plopped this video that I created using Google Slides, Screencast-O-Matic to record it, plopped it into a blog post on my site, and then now what I'll do is I'll build this landing page. Right, I go to a landing page generator, and my URL after login is that blog post. I'll give it a hashtag. New agents. Okay, and I can pick custom backgrounds. Let's do, what's this one? That'll work. And then whatever it was 3 steps to becoming a successful newly licensed estate agent. Free video explains. Quick for instant access. I'm kind of just, making that copy on the fly. I have a feeling the one I showed earlier in that demo link in the doc is a little better. But that's it. You see there in about 5 minutes, even while I was talking to you. And here, if you enter your cell, we'll give you a call back to discuss your options in more detail. Okay.
And I think for anyone
like
for anyone who hasn't created these, anywhere you see text, you can click your mouse in there and edit that text, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very easy. Very easy to use. So I'll just go ahead and click. And just one thing to remember, you get this pop-up that you can't go back and edit. I think this will be one of the changes that comes with the new landing page improvements that we'll probably be able to go back and edit, right? But for now, I simply save this link. And I will test it. Okay, just make sure it's working. Cool. And what's happened is the lead has been added to my system. And what I can do now is I can set, based on that hashtag that came in, I can set follow-ups that go out to this person. So I can use a little bit of marketing automation to start to incubate this lead. So if I go back into my dashboard, I should see my new test lead right here. And it should have the hashtag. Sorry, that was an earlier test, so I was trying to see. Okay, I think this is an earlier test. I might have used an invalid email or something, but anyway, I can go based on the hashtag, and I can go and start to create on the My Settings page. I could then create follow-ups specific to that type of lead. So I had done this earlier for experienced agents. We'll get to that in a minute. And when somebody opts in, it says, "Hey, Capable Agents Wanted. Thanks for checking out our Capable Agents recruiting video. Are you thinking about switching offices sometime soon, or just kind of curious about what we're up to?" And where you set that up is simply up here. We do new agents. choose the hashtag that I gave to the page. Here, I'll just choose another one. I'm not sure why it's not setting up yet. I may need to refresh something. And then I can start to add a campaign for those specific leads. Right there. You just see. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm wondering if that lead didn't come through, Annalisa, because I probably already used that test address somewhere.
If it's a bogus address, it may have popped into the archived.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't worry about it. I think you guys get the point. Here in Conversion and in Core, you can set it up so your hashtag then can start to send the instant follow-up emails and texts, and then send more emails and texts down the road. I think I'll get into that more in a few minutes when we go into the more experienced agents, what kind of stuff you'll send them. So that sort of covers new rookie agent lead gen, and we touched a little bit upon landing pages and text codes to get that done. From there, I don't have a note. What I would probably do with these people is retarget them and send drip emails that just included information about any ads we're running. So anytime we run a new ad for a listing, anytime we run buyer and seller side ads, include the people visiting this page as the audience in those ads in your retargeting campaigns. Okay, so I realize there's a detailed retargeting webinar that a month or two back about how to do that, but I think I will show you how to create the audience, but I'm going to do that for the agents campaign here in a minute. So that's that. Let's dive in now to what you guys probably really want to know is how to recruit current and experienced agents. So here is the creation of an opt-in page or text code that offers the recruit.php page. So here's my capable agents page. This is 1 or 2 capable St. Pete agents needed to help all the extra leads we're generating. I've run this offer on Craigslist, Facebook. I think I even did it on YouTube once as a video, and it always works on some level. You'll always get people who are curious and will opt in. And if you just test this out, this will be, let me use a, make sure that is real. And they'll opt in, and then they'll watch the video on my Conversion or KV Core site about the one that you guys have, about what we're doing, and then they have the opportunity to schedule a confidential meeting right there. So that's one example. Or if you want, you can simply send people straight to, as we said above, I don't see anything really wrong with sending people straight to the recruit.php page without the landing page in front. And especially if you are going to do this, I especially think it'll work well if you are doing the kind of retargeting that I'm going to show you in a minute, where you're saying, hey, anybody who visits this page, we're then going to follow up, in a bucket with stuff related to joining our company down the road. I don't think that's a bad idea, especially since it's going to be kind of challenging to get agents to opt in. You're going to get a lesser number of agents opting into a page like this. They'll probably bounce off than you would people who are at least just curious, about seeing what you have to offer. Second one, again, that example, creating a text code. If you guys want to check out I am capable to text number, it's the same exact thing again, where I went in, I created a text code in Conversion under the lead generation section. And then if you text that, you don't have to do it, I'll just tell you what it says. Hi there, capable agent, click, boom, to watch a video and schedule a confidential interview now. So basically, it'll take them back to the recruit.php page. So what I wanted to show you guys, I almost just forgot, I had left this part. I want to demo creating the ad that targets agents and sends them to the landing page, the thing we're talking about. I don't have that pre-prepared. I figured it would be a good exercise to just show you how I go about doing that. So let's go into our Facebook Ads Manager. I'll click Create. Okay, and I'm going to do a simple traffic click to website. So we'll do recruiting demo for the campaign name. All right. Placements, I've been playing a little more with these. It's up to you, but I've been leaving off the audience network more and more. I'm not loving that traffic. But you can leave Facebook and all the other stuff on. You might also want to check out, test certain devices against each other. So maybe just Android, just iPhone, and only one connected to Wi-Fi. It also isn't a bad idea. So you only get people who are kind of sitting around watching TV at home on a good internet connection. And then you set your daily budget. Okay, and then I have a fan page. This is a good time to talk about this. I have this general Opportunity Knocks fan page. It actually would be relevant for recruiting, right? It's kind of weird and kind of seems to work for anything real estate related. You might want to use your branded company page or something that's generic, like cool stuff for real estate agents, or real estate agents like this. So however you want to go with it. If you want to be out there about having your company name in the fan page, fine. If you want to make a generic page like Opportunity Knocks, that's cool as well. So I'm going to run this off that page. And then we'll do a single image ad. And guys, if I were doing this and really wanted to recruit people, I would definitely do a video. And it would probably be me in front of a screen or something interesting, just saying, hey, we've got too many leads. There's a real need here. We need more people to plug into this system. I know a lot of you guys are in this situation right now where you have a system like Conversion, but you don't have enough agents who are kind of plugged into the system and really working it from day to day. And it does require sort of a certain type of agent, maybe a little more tech savvy, a little more willing to work an internet lead. So you can tell that story in a video. I haven't done that here, and I'm going to leave that up to you to really, think about what you need and what you want to attract and make a video about that. But for now, let's go ahead and just do a single image. All right, I'm going to use a free stock image. Let's see. Uh-oh, didn't think about this beforehand. So what would we use to convey help wanted? Let's see what that is. Now these have too much text in them. So let's just see if we get away with the one with the girl here.
And can you explain why too much text might be an issue?
Yeah, Facebook doesn't like 20% or more of the image to have text. They're going to charge you more per click or not show your ad at all. For some reason, in the free stock images, they still show you, they get the library from Shutterstock. They still show you images with lots of text in them. So don't assume.
Unsplash.com is an amazing free resource.
Yeah, that would be a good place to go too. So help wanted. That we should get away with that. There is a tool. Facebook has a text testing tool. Let me Google that. Text 20% tool, Facebook. You can actually run your image through that. Text overlay tool is what it's called. If you really want, it'll tell you whether the image is okay or not. Actually, now that I think about it, if I try to do this, it's going to pick up all the Shutterstock watermarks. So I don't know if that's a good idea. But in general, if you have your own image, you want to check the text, you can do that. Okay, and then my website URL, well, that's going to be my URL for my landing page. Right here. And I don't know, too many leads. Help. I don't know, have a little fun with it. Seriously, our lead generation efforts are causing a surplus leads, and we don't have enough agents to work them. If you're at all considering switching offices, click to learn more, little more about what we're offering now, something like that. So the big call out here is too many leads. It'll stop a lot of agents in their tracks. I don't know if the help is necessary, just having a little fun with it. And then my headline will be capable agents wanted. Numbers and headlines tend to perform well, so 1 or 2 capable agents needed. Learn more. So that's quick. One thing with ads like this, guys, you might want to create 4 or 5 variations, at least 2, just to see which one's going to, work better. A second variation here would just be maybe 1 or 2 capable agents needed to help with surplus lead flow, like something shorter than a longer story. Test up your images, vary them, and just see what's going to get you the cheapest cost per click to that landing page. And just make sure that your headline and your text closely match what they're going to find when they get to the page. So 1 or 2 capable St. Pete agents needed to help work all the extra leads we're generating. You're going to find, hopefully that you have some of the same stuff, a lot of the same stuff in your ad, so that the scent, I think they call it, stays. All right, and that's it. So right there, you're going to get people to opt in. It's your job to follow up, and again, you're going to build drip campaigns, things, and do follow-up retargeting to make sure that people stay in your fold. So right here. Okay, I want to turn that off because I don't want to spin. All right, there we go. All right, so now let's talk about the follow-up. Once you've run these ads, either the text code ad, I could have easily, again, not sent people to the landing page, but instead just sent them straight to the text code. But once you do that, you're going to want to set up follow-ups. And those can be follow-up emails, texts, videos that you send via drip campaigns, and of course, mass texts whenever you have company news. And if you think about it, there's probably plenty going on at your company and things to talk about for recruiting that if you just commit to creating that content once or twice a week, you'll never run out of ideas. So you can do things like examples of funnels your company is running. Let's say you guys go ahead and you do, an ad for foreclosures, something that you've learned in one of these past webinars, and it starts working well. Well, you could record a video talking about your results, and just email that out to everybody who's opted in for that message initially. Remember, most of those people opting in are not going to become agents at your company right away. They're going to just be in your fold, and now it's your job to stay in front of them with interesting stuff. So examples of funnels, if you can do interviews or testimonials from current agents, maybe whip out your phone, go to an agent who's been with you a few years and is having some success, just ask them, how did you get into the business? What's your favorite thing about being here? Those kinds of stories and rich content will help bring people further along into your fold. And there's a good chance maybe other agents in your market will know that agent, and it'll help them connect. Maybe they'll connect with them and learn more about what you're doing. Other thing you can do is you could record a demo of Conversion or KV Core and dangle the fact that they'll either get it for free or at a reduced rate, whatever your company's doing with us as part of it. And that is actually, I've seen a number of agents recruiting to Conversion successfully out there, and it's a very good way to go. So you could even take these webinars, and email them out and say, hey, here's a webinar about such and such generating seller leads like we did last week with Conversion. If you want to get Conversion, reply to this email, and I'll tell you how, how we provide it for you, things like that. So definitely don't forget to use the platform itself, the software you have, as a recruiting tool in and of itself. Next thing I have in follow-up is the creation of custom audiences in Facebook and Google, and then follow up with company content and ads. So I feel like I do this all the time, but it's important to do every time we mention retargeting. I know not all you guys have been on all these webinars, so I'll just show you quickly. If I go into my ads manager in Facebook, I can go to all tools, then I can go to audiences, and I'll do this based on the URL that was clicked. So it's taking a minute to load here. So I might build a custom audience of people who are visiting this landing page. So this is the string that was in the landing page, the ID. And I'll also do it people who hit my recruiting page. So I'm going to go create audience, custom audience. Oh, come on. Facebook's not cooperating. Here we go. All right. website traffic, and then I clicked website traffic. It happened really quick there. And then I'm going to click not all website visitors, but people who visit a specific web page. And at least contains one of these values. So I'll do that string that was in my landing page, and then recruit.php. That's the recruiting page on our site. Now, if people had visited that blog post I had, with the 3 steps to becoming an agent, I might take, part of this and include that as well. So like that. And also add that. Okay. And then this will be recruiting. You name your custom audience. And then when you go and run your ad campaigns down the road, you'll include that audience. So I think that if somebody opts in to learn more, and they learn more about your company on a blog post or recruiting page, I don't think it's a waste of money to start showing them all your ads. Like if you're running ads for your listings, that just demonstrates that you're doing some technically progressive stuff. For some reason, most companies are not running individual ads for their Facebook listings right now. So an agent who's on the outside looking in at what you're doing, they might see you running a cool listing ad. They might see you running a cool ad to generate seller leads or a niche focused buyer ad, all the stuff we talk about. And, it's not exactly telling them to come join your company per se, but it's helping to keep you top of mind as they see these ads. So I'll show you that kind of in practice. Let's go here. And let's pretend that I'm just going to I'm not going to run the whole ad now, but let's say I'm going to go and run an ad for new construction homes. So I go create, traffic, continue. One thing with this, it's a little extra work. You're going to need to split your ad sets up. So you'll have one ad set. You'll probably run the initial ad set for new construction as an example, and that will target buyers, in the 35 to 45, whatever you do for that. Then you'll go ahead and you'll just write the ad, do all that. Then you'll just copy that exact campaign and change the targeting. And I just wanted to show you where the targeting is to choose the custom audience. It's right up here up top. And right here, you can see I have recruiting RH. Even though nobody's on that list yet, I can still choose it, and then it'll dynamically start to add everybody who visits those URLs will start to see those ads. So you can run ads, alongside all your regular listing ads, your lead generation ads, and then of course you can run specific ads that about recruiting. So going back here to the kind of follow-up content, say you do an interview of somebody at your company and you post it to your blog. Well, you might want to turn that as alongside sending it out as an email, you might also want to turn that into an ad, embed it into Facebook, embed it even into YouTube if you're doing YouTube retargeting, and then show that ad to that custom audience. Okay. Okay. I never, I think I glanced over something big there, guys, and I apologize. Maybe I'm a little hot, but I don't think I showed you how to actually target existing agents, did I, Annalisa?
Not yet, but I think that was going to be your segue just now.
Okay. Well, so if we were running ads directly to, good thing I'm on the page here. I apologize, guys. I think I ran that whole I am capable ad, that agents wanted ad and didn't choose the targeting. But if I go right here, here's what you're going to want to do. Choose your area. So lovely St. Pete, Florida. And then you choose your area, and then you can do it a few ways. One way I do it is you can do people who like real estate coaches. So Tom Ferry, if I type him in and then I click suggestions, it's going to give me a number of suggestions. So usually Mike Ferry and Brian Buffini and all those guys will show up right away if I type a coach in, but it didn't there. The other way to do it is, as you're seeing here, some job titles are popping up. So you can also do real estate broker for the job title, suggestions, and then just start to pick some of the other job titles. Oh, Judy, I have no idea about that, but good question. Well, yeah, I just go by your company's guidelines, but I don't think there's anywhere out there saying you can't get people to opt in to see content with a Facebook ad. It might just come down to what's on your landing page and what you're saying publicly in the ad. But yeah.
I
Okay.
have trained other EXP agents because the difference being in conversion, if you're a conversion user, you don't have the ability to access the geeky settings to enable the We're Hiring page. So if you're a conversion user and you are with EXP, you can actually create a landing page and direct it to whatever your recruiting page is per se with EXP, or with any other brokerage of which you might have something on some other website, you want to direct them to more information. In regard to the policy with EXP pledges, yeah, we can't speak to that, but you do have a workaround if you need it on getting
Yeah,
those.
so I wasn't aware. Are some companies disabling that recruiting page, the recruit.php page?
I don't know. I have
Okay.
no idea. It's just
Well,
one
if
of
they
those
are,
things to where, you know, if you do need to use, you can use the landing page to really direct people to any information you need to share.
cool. Yeah, just follow your company guidelines. But I would say that there are many, many ways to bring agents into your fold and to build. This is all about relationship building. So even if you're just offering a case study about how to run YouTube video ads, free case study, how to run YouTube video ads. Fine, that's nothing about your company, but you can target real estate agents, they opt in, and then you reach out and say, hey, thanks for watching my case study. What are you up to? And then just take the conversation from there. Oh, you're at XYZ company? Cool. What do you guys do over there? What do you like about it? And it's up to you to be a salesperson, just like you would with a buyer and seller lead, to try to build the relationship. So I wouldn't let your company policies get in the way. Just kind of innovate on what offers you're making, accordingly. Okay. And well, guys, you can feel this is a little self-serving, but why not, right? If you want to give away some of this webinar content from Inside Real Estate, I'm sure they won't have a problem with that as well. So if you want to spend your own money to get real estate agents into your fold, opting into your pages, and then show them one of our webinars, you can do that as well. Is that okay, Annalisa? All right.
Well, that's beyond my scope of what I can commit to, but I can find out. Is that a
No,
good
yeah.
answer?
I'm kidding around. Yeah, you guys can. If you want to, I don't think it's a bad, if you want to give away some of this content, or take some of the ideas you're learning on these webinars and make your own video about it, feel free to. I just am bringing that up as a side angle way where it's not about your company, it's not about recruiting specific, but you're building a database of real estate agents that you can build relationships with from a recruiting perspective. So I'm using that as an example. If you wanted to give away our webinars, naturally they're going to hear the word conversion and KV Core a lot in there. So do what you will with that. Okay, and then that's about it. I had a last note here. Don't forget about Google Display for retargeting. We did a whole thing on Google Display. It's a little it's a little more than I have time to explain today. But once you have Facebook going, which is where a lot of real estate agents are going to be, start to go off into Google, not for generating the lead, but for making your company seem like it's everywhere. Definitely run Google Display campaigns. And I have a quick link to a few of Bond Street, I do a lot of work with Bond Street Mortgage, and we do a lot of Google Display over there. And if you hit any of their pages, I just gave a couple of links, you'll see how that kind of feels and works in theory, where it just seems like the company's everywhere, even though not a lot of money is being spent. So don't forget about Google Display. If you are going to run a comprehensive retargeting campaign, get all this other stuff done, and then make sure you're on Google Display. All right. Are there any questions? Yeah, they don't want you mass spamming. And sorry, guys, I feel like today I was a little jumbled. Like I said, might have been the heat, but hopefully any questions, comments, let me know. Any other ideas? How many of you guys are recruiting? Are you going to use any of this stuff?
Well, I was going to say that, you know, even when you created all of this and you've created the drip campaigns that trigger and so forth, then as you know, as you have your domains and you have your quote unquote other nosy agents popping into your site to look at properties or what have you, and you've identified them with a hashtag, you can just pop them on to that custom recruiting drip campaign.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
easily and
Yeah.
engage them.
Let's look at that again real quick. So that right here, when I add a new drip campaign, I have my capable agents hashtag, recruiting drip example, add campaign.
And this is something you can for sure mimic in the KV Core Smart campaigns as well.
Yep.
And
then
when you're done, I have a question from Jack. Go ahead, keep going.
So, so I've gone ahead and tweaked here. I showed you this before, where I had the instant email going out. And then feel free, like I said, any content that you think is relevant to an agent. So you could, on day 5, send any, check out this webinar. And again, this is a little self-serving, but feel free to you can use this content that you're learning these and say, hey, hi, just dropping in. Just wanted to share this Inside Real Estate did a cool webinar about seller leads the other day. And then you can link, here's the link if you want to check it out. Now, I'm not saying join my company, but what I am doing is I'm providing value to a colleague, and the more they see my name in connection with this kind of info, they're going to associate me with next level stuff, you know, and there's more likely they'll reach out. So I do, Ryan, P.S. If you have any questions about the webinar, the strategies in the webinar, feel free to reach out. So you could easily borrow other people's content. You could take, say, a thread from Lab Code Agents, wonderful group that Nick and Tristan have there, right? You could take maybe one of your emails says, hey, don't know if you're aware, but I'm a big fan of Lab Code Agents. There was an awesome thread in there the other day about scripts, you know, when working with first-time buyers, and you could link directly to that thread. So take a half hour, build out a drip campaign. You don't have to have any of your own content. Just share interesting stuff that you're seeing out there in the industry. You can share an Inman article, you know, something like that, and build out a nice campaign that just, you know, keeps people in your fold. Cool. What were you going to say, Annalisa?
Well, Jack had asked, hey, in Conversion, how do I find other recruiting drip campaigns? So I just wrote out the information that you just pop. You can either go in where you are there and go into the shared library, or if you go to there's like that master keyword search on the upper left of the dashboard all the time. You can put in any keyword there, like recruit, what have you, and then click on shared emails. And that's where you'll find all of the shared recruiting campaigns that your fellow users of Conversion have created and shared with anyone else to snag and use.
That's amazing. I never knew that. So up in the search box up here?
That's a master search, yeah. So this is like something you can put in like recruit, Spanish, if you're looking for a Spanish-speaking drip campaign. Of course, anytime you use a foreign language, make sure you get that vetted by a natural speaker or an interpreter to make sure the verbiage is correctly in the formals and informals. But aside to that, you know, you can put in a MLS number, address, keyword, person's name, email, phone number. It's like your master keyword search.
That is
it's
so
awesome.
sweet. I just typed in seller for seller leads. Thank you, Annalisa.
It's the save your bacon spot up on the upper left.
Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, if you guys want to see, you know, relevant to this webinar, you want to see what other people are doing with recruiting emails. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
And I'll drop links into the document on how to edit or create campaigns for both the smart campaigns in KV Core and the drip campaigns within Conversion. So I'll get that added in.
Sure. I'm going to put it right here, recruiting shared library email.
And the
search.
shared library is only via Conversion. It's something that is it's a feature request for KV Core at this time.
Yeah, I asked Justin prior, so I wasn't sure. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, I learned something fun today. Thank you, Annalisa.
I mean, you're welcome, sir.
All right.
It's
All
a
right.
big
So
system, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I never knew that you could do that. Cool. So I think that's it. Does anybody have anything else?
Oh, hey, what are you folks looking for in terms of what you're seeking to learn or expand your skill set? So, if you have ideas on, hey, this is my goal. I want to tackle, maybe it's waterfront homes, or I want to tackle recruiting, or I want to learn more about the next level into Google or Facebook ads. Don't hesitate to drop me a line via training at going back in time, training at insiderealestate.com. And I can add those to the list of tutorials and classes with Ryan and make sure, we cover that content for you all.
Cool. Yep, Rhonda, I'm not sure on that question. I know that EXP is going to core. I think that's what you're asking about.
Yeah, Rhonda, I will create a communication with you with the KV Core team to see what we can find out. We're not privy to those details, but anytime you have questions on KV Core directly, it's super easy just to email kvcore at insiderealestate.com, or if you have KV Core, just chat with a rep at the bottom right of your dashboard as well.
Cool. All right.
I'll follow up with Laura and Rhonda, and we'll go from there.
Cool. So I guess I don't know if we're going to see you next week. We're going right up against the July 4th holiday. So if we don't see you next week, I'll be sure to push out a few extra videos, bonus content. Otherwise, we'll definitely see you 2 weeks from now.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.